Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another Etheria restart video, and today we are going to go over our end of day one progression guide. As you can see, we have completed everything on the checklist as well for day one, and we're now at level 18, which is where you should be if you manage to use all of your stamina refills. Okay, this is very key. And even though, if you guys caught my stream, we put in some money to make sure we get pretty much every single unit, I'm gonna show you that as a free-to-play player, you can mimic this progression. That's right. I know it sounds crazy, but using the 4 core characters that I've been using, you can do this yourself as well. And I'm going to show you that some of these top tier other characters that I asked you to reroll for will come at a later time and make your mid to end game journey a lot smoother. But to start, these 4 are essentially all you need, and let me talk about them. Okay, so first of all, starting us off with Lian, the 6-star DPS, and she is the free SSR that everyone gets, and I've got her 113 and using free gear. So these are all first time clear gears that's given in the rewards, and it's super important because they are so good. And as you're upgrading them, you can hand these down to Gray, who's going to be your secondary DPS and SR character that everyone has. Now, if you're completely free to play, you probably won't be able to get your S2, which is skill 2 and skill 3 to max level, but it's okay. Have them at a lower level is alright for now, alright? And your Lian may not be 6-star, but that doesn't stop you from clearing most of the content for day 1. And of course, we also have Sonya, and then the Freya, who's the rate up character. And all of these characters are using not fully upgraded gear, because I've said, okay, these keep it at level 6 if you can. If you have to go to level 9, sure. Sonya, look, she's level 1 on the left side, alright? And Freya, this is a hand-me-down from the Grey previously, so it's at plus 9. But you can see, as a free-to-play player, okay, all you have to do, if you're re-rolling, get the character you want, and then you can get started by going through either the Freya banner, get her, right? Hopefully you get Sonya around the way, and then for your targeted summon, you can technically save it, but I went with Ramocha to get a very easy Doki clear. So if you take a look at all of the content I've done, the shell, I've gone to Kururu hard to clear that, and then the threshold modules, I've done hard 3 for both, and it's super smooth. And if you want to see my team, which I can't show you, unfortunately I don't have enough stamina, the team that I'm running essentially is these 3: Lian, Gray, Sonya, and Freya. It's super safe. It's not the fastest, but it's so safe. Just making sure that you have your gears plus 6, and most importantly, upgrade your shells. You can see my Freya is not on the right shell at the moment, alright? So we can replace that with the level 30 shell that she is supposed to have. Now, making sure that you farm the shell stages, especially around the mid level when you have a little bit of a gap, is super important. You can see all of my shells are level 30, and shells give you a ton of stats as well. So a lot of people, if you're stuck, if we go back to the sheet, you'll know, alright? You know that we go for story, Hyperlink Chronicles, which is what we follow, and first clears GP Outpost for the skills, and then shells. Shells are guaranteed stats, okay? It's so important. And speaking of the priority and the charter, you can see that by the end of day 1, we essentially finished every single thing here except things that we are level gated from. So this we can't clear because it's a story that's hidden behind level 20, and then this we can't clear because it's level 22, and of course next we cannot clear because Nightmare DokiDoki is behind the further level upgrades, and this is level 20 as well. But for us, you can see we did not invest in the SSRs that we obtained. Heinrich, yeah, we leveled him a tiny bit, but everyone else level 1, level 1, level 1. Every single other character is level 1. So it's truly the 2 free characters you get, an SR healer, and of course Freya, who is the rate up character, are going to be our 4 main investments, right? And I know some of you guys were doubting these characters, especially after the nerf, and in my previous videos you said, oh, are these teams gonna be available? Are these teams going to be viable? And yes, they are. And you can see some of the other characters I've been using as well. So for Terrormaton, I went through this. It's Lian plus Gray plus Sonya plus Freya. And then the best part about my path is how efficient it's going to be. When you go into DokiDoki, alright, what you're going to do is essentially equip the same module set. You can see I have five exact sets saved up, not wasting anything. Your DPS one slot is going to go between Lian and Remocha, depending on Terrormaton or your DokiDoki farm, and you can just switch, one click switch, and now she's ready for DokiDoki, and we need to farm most of the other content, boom, switch back to Lian. And Gray's secondary DPS essentially is a hand-me-down from Lian, so when Lian's done with her set and she gets better items, boom, the one that gets replaced goes to Gray. Freya's gonna have her own set, but look, minimal upgrades, +6, only +9 here, and then look, Sania only +6 on the right side and +1 on the left side, and that is enough. Remocha, we talked about, is gonna use Lian's, and then Marvel, yes, he got nerfed, but hey, I use him. He is already 4-star. I might push him to 5-star later on, and he is going to use this set I have set up here, which is the Marvel and the Kazu set. Okay, and this is kind of the speedy debuffing set. I have a bit of a tankiness on one side and an effect accuracy. As you can see, these are still only +6, +9 in some parts because these are hand-me-downs. This was the Freya piece that I took out. Again, saving resources is so important because you'll be really tight later on, and this set is the exact same set I put on Kazuo, who is going to be our DokiDoki debuffer. So a lot of times what you will see is that unfortunately I don't have any stamina, but what I can do is go into the event and show you guys what happens. So if we go into AnySync and we just do this and show you guys the team compositions that we run across the different content, it'll be very clear that the efficiency coming out is absolutely insane. So here are your core units, are these 4, right? Like we talked about, I use this exact same team for Terra, hard 3, no problem, super fast, super stable. And when we are going Remocha, all right, we swap off the Lian. When we're going for DokiDoki, we take the Lian off and put her there. And because it's 5, our next one, our extra one, is gonna be where is Kazuo? There we go. So this is gonna be the exact team that we run for DokiDoki. Of course, if you're really high in damage, you can take Sania off and then put another crowd controller. In my case, you can put Kraken. You see my Kraken is level 25, 3-star. Same with the Kazu, right? Because these have been just partners for farming a DokiDoki. I haven't used any other upgrades on any other characters. So it's super efficient. And then once we go to Terrormaton, like we said, we swap these 3 characters off. Okay, we put Sania back into heal. Lian will be equipped with Remocha's gear, and then Marvel will be using, of course, Kazu's gear. So you can see this 5 pieces, 5 sets of gear is gonna go around, and yeah, they do a lot of work. And consolidating the best gears to the 5 sets is so important for your progression. And like I said, clear story as far as you can. Make sure that you go through the charter. You should always be looking at what to do from the charter until you are stuck, all right, until you cannot progress anymore. Then you can go into the challenges, which are, you know, farm GP outposts, especially the green one. You need it for your Gray, need it for Sania, Freya. Everyone is going to need some, especially the base stat. Now, a lot of people don't know is, let's take a look at a character like Freya, right? She's very expensive to build if you want to invest in her skills, but these are free. Look, these basic HP upgrades and the defense upgrades for all the characters, they are free. You don't have to go to skill level up 1 to get the legendary lattice spent. You can just upgrade, look, just like Marvel, these basic stats from the GP outpost, which is super important. I didn't do much EXP farm because I never needed it. Threshold, yeah, you farm a bit, and the shell drop is guaranteed stats, which you 100% should do. And at AnySync, I'm gonna do that now and push as far as I can, and do a cubic game and do your shell story as well. And that is pretty much it. Okay, very straightforward. Make sure you're doing arena as well. And personally for me, because I did get very lucky with my pulls, and I'm gonna save all my tickets. I've got 143, so you will have essentially at the end of day 1, because I didn't do any further ticket pulls after story 1 dash or the first chapter, so you're gonna have another 150 pulls coming your way. All right, so I've saved them up because I've got pretty much every single character, and I'll wait for the next banner update. But yeah, this is essentially day 1. You definitely want to maximize your chances in progression because they all will stack up. And yes, I did use the recommended teams because I was also the ones testing these teams in the last closed beta, and they 100% do work. And of course, tomorrow or the day after, we'll go into the nightmare mode, and I'll show you guys again. Once again, these teams will work for the nightmare difficulties, and later on hell mode and inferno. And make sure you come and check out the checklist, because by following this, you will have a great time in what to do next. All right. Anyhow, let me know your thoughts, and make sure you are redeeming all of these codes, because yeah, they do give a lot. And thank you so much once again for watching this video. And it's TimaeuSS here, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye now.